Hi, I'm Danielle Diamond, and after practicing and teaching yoga for over 20 years, I've learned a few tricks to keep my students coming back to the mat week after week. Have you ever wondered how other teachers have built a devoted following and always have packed classes? They're not necessarily better teachers, they just know what keeps people coming back. Now, it's your time to get noticed and keep your students coming back for more. In this video, I'm sharing my top 5 favorite pro tips to make it easier to keep your students coming back to class. There's more competition for clients than ever before. No matter how long you've been teaching for, or if you're just getting started as a fitness pro, it doesn't matter. According to the latest Yoga Alliance report, for every current yoga teacher, there are 2 more people thinking about becoming a teacher. If you're going to make it as a yoga fitness pro, your classes have to stand out. We've learned so much about people's workout habits during the last couple of years. People want short and effective workouts they can do at home and in the gym. Even better, there are over 35 million people taking yoga classes just in the US alone, and that market keeps growing. It's easier than ever to reach and teach people, in person, on social media, Zoom, even with your own membership platform. People are now doing yoga everywhere, and you're not stuck teaching in just one place. Over the last 20 years, I've taught everywhere, from gyms to other people's studios. I even ran my own studio. I started teaching yoga online 10 years ago when not many people were doing it. Now that almost anyone can start a virtual studio from their living room and students are willing to try it, there's no excuse not to put yourself and your unique style of teaching out there. But your classes need to stand out. Maybe you took a yoga training course that taught you about the general basics of teaching, but if nobody knows how and where to find you, then it doesn't matter how great you can cue. So how do you stand out and take your classes from empty to full of raving students? I'm going to share my top favorite tips. Number 1, solve a problem. It's one thing to get students to a class. It's a whole other thing to keep them coming back for more. Consider why they might not be able to come back to your class and how you can fix that issue. Maybe they don't have time to go to yoga and to the gym, so create a hybrid class that addresses both of their needs. Maybe they don't have time to make the commute, so offer online options. Maybe they have a conflict with your class times, so offer unique time slots that no one else in the area offers. Look to solve a specific problem for your students with a niche that sets you apart from every other yoga teacher out there. You're not trying to please everyone, you're focusing on a specific problem or need people are looking for. Think like an entrepreneur. You can't be making the same old pizza that everyone else is serving in your town. Maybe you would focus on people with allergies and serve the best gluten-free, dairy-free pizza out there. Okay, I'm not sure how great that would taste, but you get the point. Quit trying to help everyone and instead refine your pizza. Audience. Learning to teach a niche yoga class doesn't mean that you can't teach traditional yoga. It means that you'll open yourself to an entirely new audience of people. Maybe you love surfing, cycling, running, or CrossFit. You could target people who do these activities and give them a class that helps them recover, stay active, and perform better. So many people cross-train now. There's no reason people have to or want to only do one type of class. My Zen Strength Yoga method was born out of my own need and that of my other friends in their 40s who felt that regular yoga just wasn't cutting it anymore. We didn't feel as tight as we did once, and we knew we needed to focus on building bone density as we age. 10 years ago, no one was offering yoga with weights, so I created my own program, and that turned into a successful, memorable in-person and online brand. Not sure a niche class is right for you? The growing number of practitioners proves there is plenty of room to attract new students. There are over 300 million yoga practitioners in the world. 1 in 10 Americans practices yoga, around 40 million students. In just 4 years, the number of men practicing yoga increased by 150%, and men and women love the addition of strength training to a yoga flow. Not only will you attract students who may never take a regular class, but studios love adding specialized classes to their schedule so they can stand out from other studios in town. Plus, you're more likely to be able to charge more to a unique class. When you establish yourself as an expert in a niche market, you become the go-to person for that group. Your marketing efforts will stand out from all the other traditional teachers, whether in person or by attracting more private clients. Number 2. Find out what makes you different. Find out what other teachers are doing in your area and offer something different. If every teacher in town is teaching 90-minute vinyasa classes and you know a group of moms who want a quick fix after dropping their kids off at school, do a 45-minute express flow. If there are a ton of men in the area who want to try yoga but don't want to go to a mixed class, offer a men's workshop to pique their interest. Consider these questions to ask yourself when you're finding your own niche. Do you have a unique approach to mindfulness and overall wellness? Do you cater to busy business people? Do you want to educate students on how to create their own flows? Do you focus on pre- or postnatal yoga? Do you love working with beginners or more seasoned yogis? Do you use yoga to help people become better athletes? Do you like to work one-on-one or in small groups? Do you like working with a certain age group? These questions will help you sort out how you can differentiate yourself. Number 3, try unique ideas to make your class stand out. So many people are looking to cross-train, so pick something that fits in with what else they're doing. Whether it's a golfer, a runner, people who spin, they all need to be flexible and build strength. Not everyone wants to do yoga 7 days a week, so pick something different to attract them to get to the mat. If you have a ton of seniors in your area, think about adding a restorative or chair yoga class. If your town is packed with teen athletes, start a Yoga for Athletes class and pitch it to the high school athletic director or the moms in your town. If you have a community of music lovers, then teach a hip-hop class, an 80s hairband class, or any other theme music night. These classes are a great way to build community. If you do it on a weekend night, you can offer a potluck after, and then people will hang around and get to know you, and better yet, their fellow students. One last idea about creating something new. You can add a little something extra. Branch out from offering just straight up yoga. Add other wellness modalities to your classes, even pairing up with another practitioner in your area. Reiki, aromatherapy, eucalyptus towels after a hot yoga class, or even a lavender massage in Shavasana. If you consider teaching online, create a private forum where students can connect and share their practice. Whatever it is, make it yours, put your spin on it. People love trying something new, especially from a teacher they already trust. That's you. Number 4, pro tips for teaching great classes online. While you can't exactly replicate the energy of an in-person class, there are things you can do to improve your connection to your students, like staying after for a discussion or offering a private online forum for your students. Most people are doing yoga at home for the convenience around their work and life schedules. Between work, kids, commuting, and parking, they can save hours by rolling out their mat at home. Being able to practice on demand gives them not only the variety they might not get at a local studio, but also a choice of how long they want to get on their mat for. Make sure you're making the most of their time and keep them coming back. Teach something that gets your students visible and tangible results. Be mindful of their schedule. Make sure to start and end on time. Not everyone has 90 minutes to practice. Survey your crowd and see what length they want. I found that 45 minutes seems to be a sweet spot with my students. Help them be prepared by letting them know before class what props they'll need. Blocks, a blanket, weights, a bolster. Create an inviting atmosphere. Don't teach a live class in a messy room with tons of distractions. They're coming to their mat to get away from the stress in their lives. Last but definitely not least, when teaching online especially, always show modifications for beginners and advanced yogis. It's not like you're in a classroom where you can go over and adjust someone, so make sure you explain what they need to modify before the class starts. Give people options so they can take your class their way. Number 5, let your students market for you. The best way to get more people in class is to have your current students share the love. And the great thing about social media is that it's super easy for your students to market your classes for you. We trust recommendations from our friends and family. Think about it. Who do you ask for restaurant reviews? I'm not looking for the best eggplant parm from a stranger on Yelp, that's for sure. So when your students share how much they're loving your classes, their friends will want to check you out too. Here's how you can make it easy for them to get their friends to the mat. Ask your students to bring a friend for free to class. Ask your students to share a sweaty selfie after class and tag you on it. Reshare your students' stories when they tag you. Feature your students' testimonials on your social media feed. Ask your students to share your social media posts that highlight your class schedule. Ask your students if you could teach a private class for their company or business. Honor your most loyal students with branded merch that they will use over and over. Stickers, car magnets, t-shirts, or water bottles all get attention. You need to be consistent in putting yourself out there, and you need to stick it out to see results. Use a scheduling tool to plan out your social media posts. And you can easily create great-looking graphics using Canva, a free tool that has tons of great templates. Most importantly, be authentic and don't be afraid to show the real you. I don't edit my videos even when I fall over, unless there's a tech issue. And if I fall, you see it. And I get a ton of feedback about how people love that I don't censor myself. I hope you learned something new about how to create a thriving yoga career. My goal is to help you succeed as a teacher. I've been able to teach yoga for over 20 years to a wide variety of students because I offer something unique that people keep coming back to. I developed my Zen Strength Yoga Sculpt method to help students build lean muscle and lose weight by combining low-impact cardio yoga with lightweight strength training. This method gives you so many options to expand what you can teach to your students. I even offer meditation at the end, but don't pressure everybody to do it. And it's an awesome option to up-level your yoga private sessions. Advanced asanas aren't always accessible to students, but lifting light weights can be. Yoga Sculpt doesn't take up a lot of space. We just need a mat and a few weights, so it's great for traveling. You can substitute resistance bands or borrow weights from a gym or hotel. It's low impact and it challenges the brain in new ways. It builds core strength and stability, key elements especially as we age. It's a fun workout you can do with your partner. If they're not into traditional yoga, they might like this spin. It's incredible that the number of yoga practitioners is growing, but so is the number of yoga teachers. In a recent estimate, there are almost 500,000 just in the US, and that's just registered teachers, so it's likely the numbers at least double. I want you to stand out from those teachers, fill your classes, and love what you teach. Get your students real results with a proven style that is tailor-made for the current times. It's an effective method that works no matter if you're teaching online or in person, doing one-on-one privates, or teaching group classes. My Zen Strength Yoga Sculpt online teacher training helps you earn more, stand out, and pack your classes doing what you love. Look below for a special limited time offer to join the training today.